Hello, stitching crazy people. That would just be me. The rest of you guys are probably a lot more normal. It's time for another question and answer session. You guys left me a lot of questions this time. Like I told you in the weekly update, I think I told you in the weekly update, I want to try and do these maybe like every other week and go through everything and directly answer your questions. It's just easier because I don't think you guys always see my responses to you guys. So I wanted to make sure that I answer everything. All right, so I just finished my my stitch with me this morning. It's Sunday morning. I thought this would be a good time. The husband just left to go check on the bees, and the dogs are actually out, so you might hear / see them unless I have to get up and put them up because they're being crazy while I'm trying to do this. But let's get going here. Okay, hold on. I just got to read a little bit. Sandy Porter, my first comment here. So, you're stitching on, you fall in love with floss tubes. That's awesome. You're only stitching on one piece at a time. That's exactly how I started out. It wasn't until the last couple of years that I started stitching on multiple projects at once. And so stitching one piece at a time, especially when you're starting out, is the best way, I think, to go, because you just want to make sure that you're doing everything correctly. But yeah, that's very cool, very cool. Miss Joy, yeah, well, I'm sad about Telltale Games too, going away. It's definitely going away. Video games, guys, and so it's kind of sad. But Sonia Wright says I should put some lavender essential oil on a sting. Really? Well, that is really good to know, because I think I don't know if I have any lavender, but we can get some, put it in the bee box that we keep. We keep a few emergency supplies in there for whenever we go check the bees out, so that's not a bad idea. I'll have to try that out sometime and see. Oh, Leanna, you're on an IV drip? Well, whatever's going on, I hope that you're feeling better. I'm happy that that you enjoy the videos when you're going through a medical thing. Laura Green, when you stitch square by square, can you see the little squares in the finished project, or does it disappear when you soak it? It totally disappears. If you're doing a full coverage piece, you can't really see, I mean, everything just kind of blends in together the further away you get, so you can't see the individual, like, little holes. I mean, everything just fills in, so it looks really good. If you look at some of my other completed pieces, you can kind of see that. It does definitely go away. Ah, Laura Green, you guys do honey too. That is awesome. Love the bees. Love the bees. Oh yeah, and so the bee sting is doing a lot better. There's still a little bit of a mark and a little bit of a bruise, but it doesn't itch anymore, thank goodness. Ah. So Angela Springett, I'm gonna say your name again. You like that I am a different person than a lot of other floss tubers, and that was really the reason why I started FlossTube, was because I was watching a lot of it, and there wasn't anybody that I saw that was doing the things that I stitch, and I felt like it'd be something to add, to do something different, and to show sort of a different aspect of cross stitching that not a lot of people probably know about. Oh yeah, and just so you know, I did find some floss for E pluribus unum, so I'm going to be working on that today. We had to do a big cleanup yesterday. We had family in, and so my husband and I did a big cleanup, and here on the desk I actually found the skein that I was missing. So I was like, woohoo, I can work on it. Oh, to be purple, working on that Stormtrooper. I'm working on Stormtrooper too, so. Okay. Awesome. The honey does taste awesome, Sharon, Wolfgang. It tastes amazing. It's very sweet, with a chaser of something that we can't quite identify, but the actual honey is very sweet, sweeter than it was last year. So it's kind of funny. There's Rita about a week ago put a comment on the page where she was looking at FlossTube number 2, and she was very excited, and I was like, man, you got like 80 videos to catch up on. So, all right. Oh man. Yeah, you guys, I mean, the 2.4 million stitch project that I want to start on is ridiculous. Sheila Burton found me on FlossTube. That is awesome. Thank you so much for all the kind comments and compliments. We're not farmers. We're just regular folks that have some contacts on a ranch, and basically just have the opportunity to do some bees. My husband got into beekeeping a few years ago. Actually, it's probably like 4 years ago now. And self-taught, took some classes, but most of it self-taught. And so we were just able to get some beehives going. So no, we just have a regular house in the suburbs. And you live in rural Tennessee. Where in Tennessee are you? Because I have, because I'm from the South originally, and I have family that is in Southwest Kentucky. So I've been around Nashville and Clarksville quite a bit, and so so interesting where you are. Raggy Doll was talking about the large stitch project. She working it out roughly by my average stitch count. I'm 39 now. I'll be in my 70s by the time I finished. Yeah, I try not to think too much about how many years it might be in the future before I get some of these massive projects done. But it is something to look forward to, and it's something that I want to just, I mean, if I could ever finish it, it would be such an accomplishment. Judy, calling me a maniac. Well, you're totally right about that. I am totally a maniac. A little nuts to be doing this. Nancy likes the pictures behind me showing most of my projects. They keep falling off the wall now. I probably need to come up with a better way of displaying them, but literally I just print off the cover page for the project and just tape it on the wall. And so it's not organized. I need to figure out a better way to kind of keep those things up there. So Jackie Feeney, I cannot wait to see progress on the new project. I am tempted to have a go. Do it. Do it. I am your enabler, and your enabler says, do it. Oh, goodness. Okay, so Amanda, hold on, Amanda. You got a couple comments in a row. Can I ask how much you decide? How do you decide when you think enough to start the next project? You know, it's just, honestly, I start a new project when I feel like I want to start something new. Or if I have something that I really want to get started on, I jump right into it. If I start feeling like, when I have a rotation of all the different projects that I work on, and I'm starting to feel a little stagnant, a little bored with, okay, I'm working on this one and this one, and it feels like it's the same thing. That's when I'll usually jump in and try to do another one. There have been times when I've done, 2 or 3 and started them all at the same time, and I can do that for the smaller pictures for sure. Sorry, I'm getting my I'm also uploading the stitch along with me, so this is a good time to do that. Okay, hold on a second. I'm actually gonna. That's Fargo. Fargo. Come here. I need to go ahead and upload this. It takes a while. It's really not. It's not like I have to sit here. I don't have to sit here. I mean, the part where I sit down and edit is like maybe about 15 minutes, where I just splice everything together. That's an old saying. But it's not a, it just takes a while. It just takes a while for it to finish. So I'm just going to go ahead and start uploading. Go there. All right, now that's uploading, so we can go back to our comments here. Sorry about that. So yeah, so I mean, it just kind of depends on how I feel about what I'm stitching on. And if I start to feel a little stagnant, then I might throw something else in. But usually with most of these projects, because you can tell I have like massive ones and then pretty big ones and then smaller ones, and the smaller ones are the ones that end up getting rotated more just because they can be. So although I am hoping to get Rainy Waterloo Place done in the next year, so then I can start on another semi-big project. I've got ice skating, I've got Rainy Day in Boston. I got a lot of pieces. The end of the year, like, update is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be absolutely ridiculous. Tamara Bowen started watching me because of Ronnie Rowe. A lot of people, I think, started watching me because of Ronnie Rowe, because his projects are amazing. And yeah, I am crazy. Yeah, I am crazy. Okay. Okay, so Leah DeWitt. Is it Leah or Lee? I'm not sure. Probably Leah. So where did I find Stormtrooper? Stormtrooper's on Etsy. So if you go on Etsy and just do like Stormtrooper cross stitch or Star Wars cross stitch, you'll see it at some point. There's a lot of Star Wars cross stitch, but that's where I found it. I couldn't tell you exactly who did it, but that's where I found it. Monique, you got to do it. You got to do the big, huge. You almost bought that pattern. You should get the World Wonders. You should get it. Yeah, the penguins are on Antarctica are really cute, and that would actually be one of the last things that I would stitch, because I'd go from the top, go left to right and whatnot, and come all the way down. So those cute little penguins would be at the back. Hey, Sheila's gonna stitch Greenwich Village with me if I can talk. Took hours to kit up. Yes, it does. I haven't even finished kitting it up yet. I got the stickers for it. Let's see. I have Doogie and Topher. Come here, guys. Come here, Topher. Come here. I got Zuzu. Zuzu, come here. Come here. Up. Oh, come here. Oh. Well, now you don't want to get up. You're always wanting to get up on me, and now you don't want to get up. You can get up. She's like, will you tell me not to? She's Gigantor. Anyway, I was going to get the stickers. All right, now you gotta get up. Now you gotta get up. Hold on. Let me get the stickers. If I can find them. Here they are. They came from Scarlet Quince yesterday in the mail. Oh. So, in doing the blended thread from Scarlet Quince, they give you these stickers. And so they're very, I think it's very well worth it, because it's going to be a lot easier to keep the floss together, and go ahead and put, I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, if I'm going to use a floss box or use probably a floss box might be the best way to do it, just because of, because I don't like having a ton of those little baggies. I don't like having those. I've been doing that for the Dachshund, but I don't think I want to do it for the Scarlet Quince project. Okay. Sheila, you crack me up. You always lose stuff. You're always tired, want a nap, and always funny. That's the story of my life. Am I going to start Ronnie Rowe Capital? Absolutely. 100%. 100% going to start that. That's just another one I got to start on that at some point. Hey, Catty Sue Cats, or otherwise known as Cat T. You bought the same pattern, you're trying to figure out where to get the fabric. Well, where to get the fabric is where I get my fabric. I'm going to put a link on here for you, but stitchingshop.com, where is that? Stitchingshop.com. I'm going to put a link on that on their comment. They will absolutely can custom order and then custom cut anything that you need, because it is such a large piece of a fabric that you're just not going to find in any store. You need to have somebody that can order it wholesale and then stitch it to your specifications. So I'm putting a link on that for you, because that's when I go to get my fabric, that's who I'm going to contact. And so you just let them know, like, the dimensions and the size. You can call them and talk to them about it and give you a quote, but it's well worth it. It's quality fabric for a project. If you think it's a bit expensive, it's quality fabric cut by people who always get it right, do a really good job with it, and you're going to be glad that you have that kind of quality. Fargo, are you fighting? Come here. Come here. Anyway, so you're going to be glad that you did. And so, I mean, I find that you could go cheaper on the fabric, but when you're doing a full coverage piece, and it's going to take you a really long time, you know, don't skimp on the fabric. Get quality fabric that's going to hold up over time, and that's going to, and that's just going to be something that's comfortable to stitch on for a long period of time there. So, my other Sharon who always comments on the blog. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I'll put a link to the blog down below. I do post my progress and some other things on there when I can. And so, is there a 100 Days of Hate challenge right now? Heaven and Earth Designs challenge. I never get into those because I don't do hate projects, or at least I haven't yet. Someday I might, but I haven't. It's so funny because so many people do those projects, and I just haven't found anything that I just absolutely have to stitch yet. So my taste is just a little bit different. There's a lot of Sharons on my subscriber list. A lot of Sharons. So Sharon Wolfgang, have I lost my senses? I lost my senses a long time ago. I have to put that in my will for someone to finish it when I'm no longer here. No, that's not how it works. My husband and I have said that whenever I do pass, that he will load up all my cross-stitch supplies and all my stuff and put it in with me so that I can keep stitching wherever I go after. And that's just how it goes. That's how it goes. Carolyn, I am officially crazy. Oh, dude, totally. You're working on baseball from Cross Stitch Collectibles. That is awesome. Halfway through page 1. Dude, page 1 is a beast. Page 1, all that sky and everything, that took me forever. You're trying to catch up with me. Oh, you're going to pass me? It'd be interesting to see what yours looks like as time goes by, because you're totally going to pass me. Amy Loves Toads has signed up to watch The Insanity. Thank you. That is awesome. You guys like seeing the bee footage. Well, we're going to definitely keep doing that. It's definitely one of those things that it's a little harder. My husband actually, with the GoPro that he has now, we can do more stuff. He can get better video of it. So I think this year and then going into next year, we're going to have a lot of stuff. Wow. So stitching on the ridge, was looking at Gecko Rouge. I did not see the kit price for the map I guess we're talking about the Wonders of the World. It's like $1,500 if you get it kitted up through them. It's not worth that. I wish they would just sell PDFs as well. I love that they can get, like, they're close enough to the DMC factory that they can get like fresh, vividly colored floss. But I don't like the fabric they've sent me before. I've had to get new fabric to compensate, or to change out. So I don't, I wish they would do more PDFs too. I think they would probably sell a lot more if they did. And it's just, you don't need to spend $1,500. I mean, when I'm doing a big project, I don't always get like all the floss all at once. And I certainly don't get like all the floss I'm going to need. With my organizational thing on the wall, and like I said, I'll show you that at the end of this video. I share floss between projects, so I don't have to have like 10 of the same color for different projects and whatnot. So that's one way you can kind of save money, is just by sharing your floss through all your different projects. All right, let's keep going here. I feel like I'm doing this really slow today. Okay, Kaylin Stitched Art Studio, thank you for doing all the math on how long it's going to take me to get this project done, to get the gigantic project done. 2,463,958 stitches total. If I do 200 stitches per day, every day, it'll take me 12,320 days to complete. That translates to a mere 33 years and 9 months. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. I could do that. I just gotta live to be like 100, and then I get everything done. I think that'd be awesome. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm just reading as I'm going. I'm not going to read every single comment because that would take a while. I'm smiling when I read a comment that I just think is sweet. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna try really hard to pronounce your name correctly. Aurelia Estela Dominguez. I hope I got that right. Found my channel by mistake, don't we all? And fallen in love with cross-stitching again. I think that's awesome. I think cross-stitching is a wonderful hobby. Peaceful, creative, and it's just, there's so many different things that you can do within the hobby that there's something for everybody, for sure. Alright, I'm just putting a few more links in where people are asking me about the fabric that I'm going to get, so I'm just putting a few more links in the Stitching Shop. So Tammy Garcia asked me, how do I calculate my pattern from a small to a large? I'm guessing that what you mean is like how, I don't have it with me. How do I don't actually, oh, let me look here. I don't actually calculate it. It's done for me usually by, it's on the pattern. You'll say like, well, if you're going to do this count, if you're going to do an 18 count, or you're going to do a 14 count, or whatever you're going to do, it tells you like the size of the, how many stitches it is, and then there's a whole calculator. There's a calculator online that you can look at. And a lot of times, when I go to the Stitching Shop, I just tell them like what the stitch count is and what kind of fabric I want to stitch on, and then they do all the calculations and tell me like how big it's going to be, and I'm like, sounds good to me. So oh, so you're going to make me say your name again. Malene Mo? What is my favorite pattern that I like to stitch on? Oh, my goodness. You're going to make all the other patterns jealous. Gosh, that's a hard question to ask because it really varies depending upon what I'm stitching. I really like Rainy Waterloo Place just because it's a lot of stitching with the same color a lot, so that's good. I always love stitching on a Ronnie Rowe piece. Anytime I have a Ronnie Rowe, that's usually my favorite one to do. Gosh, I'm like trying to think of which one is it. I mean, I think also right now I really like doing the Greenwich Village project. I'm really enjoying that one a lot. So it's not a great answer, but Leah Lay. Is it Leah Lay or Leah Lay? We should call my really big projects my legacy pieces. That's kind of crazy. Oh, okay. Laura Harrison, could I show the Boston piece? I don't have it out with me. It's actually usually sitting behind me when I do my weekly update. It's, if you're looking at, well, sometimes it's reversed on the camera, but it's the one that's, I'll show it at the next weekly update. Children? 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 Fargo. Fargo. Come here. Come here. So, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, my little tub of a chihuahua. Here he is. You see his little tail wagging. Wag your tail. He says, oh, I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to be on camera. All right. So yeah, I'll show the Boston piece in the next weekly update. Lori. Hey, Lori again. Detroit Tigers are your favorite team. We were watching that Detroit Milwaukee game last night. Sorry about your Tigers losing that game. But we were actually rooting for Milwaukee because my extended family comes from that area. So you want to ask, oh, this is a timely question since it's about the dogs. Do I crate the dogs and let them have the run of the house? I crate most of them. This one is crated because he likes to pee everywhere. The only ones that get to stay out, Doogie's usually pretty good. He gets to stay out, and Bailey gets to stay out as long as she doesn't try to kill the cat. And so when she starts attacking the door upstairs, then she has to go up. But everybody else gets put up because they're just not good enough. They will definitely have accidents, and I just don't want them to get into trouble while I'm gone. Okay. Okay, hold on, guys. Paste. Jessica is doing an 800,000 stitch piece. Stitching 1/1 on 25 count. Huh. Wondering if you could do a half stitch on a high count fabric. I don't know if you would have, I mean, you can do it, but I don't know if you would have like the pop in the color that you would want. I mean, certainly you can do it. You can modify a pattern to be whatever you want it to be, but I mean, certainly that'd be half as many stitches. You get done a lot faster. I don't know. You know, you might just have to try it for like a couple of squares and then compare it to like your full cross stitches and see a couple squares, meaning a couple grids, and then compare it to your, you know, compare them side by side and see what you think. But on a 25 count, I don't know. I'm not sure. I've never done that, so. Keep reading. Fargo is a shedder. You are a shedder, friend. You're a licker and a shedder. He's my little stitching buddy. He usually likes to come and sit with me on my lap and hide underneath the blankets this time of year. Stop pulling my shirt down, dog. Children of the corn. Children of the corn. Go bark. Go bark. Go bark. This is why they sometimes get put up when I'm doing video. Well, a lot of times they get put up while I'm doing videos because they just start barking through it. Jeanette Sizzle. It's a cool name. Have you ever thought about buying a bolt of Ada? Yes, I have thought about that. I could buy a bolt, cut everything myself, and try to figure out how to get my serging machine to work and do that. My problem is that way back when I first started the channel, some of you guys might remember my difficulties I had with a project that was an old Boston Bruins logo. I since discarded and I'm never going to do it because it's a cursed piece. It just never worked out. I cut fabric for that like I think 3 or 4 different times and I kept getting it wrong. And I just had a mental block with it. I couldn't figure it out. So honestly, I would rather have somebody who's an expert do it for me. And that way I can get, like, I don't like to get just, I mean, if you actually look at all my different projects, there's not many of them that have the exact same fabric. The 14 counts are all in different colors, different textures. And, you know, I think I pick stuff individually based upon what I think would be right for the project. Even if it's not necessarily going to be shown because it's a full coverage piece, sometimes I'll still get, you know, a certain color just because I just want something different to look at when I'm stitching. Oh, I'm almost done, which is good. It's earlier than I thought. That's good. Catherine has found my was also watching FlossTube. The second FlossTube. Oh, you're doing diamond paintings, hate at the moment. You know, if I wasn't cross-stitching, I would be doing the diamond projects, because those look like fun. And she's thinking about cross-stitch, but searching for the right pattern. That's what it's all about, you know. I'm going to write that to her. That's what it's all about. Only stitch what you love. And that's how I got started. You know, that's when I started stitching some of those bigger projects in the beginning. I love the look of them. And so, oh yeah, so Jackie Feeney. Yeah, Gecko Rouge does have the Europe map as well. That's like Wonders of Europe. And I saw that and it looked really cool, but it's not as crazy as the massive Wonders of the World. So yeah, but I did look at the Europe one, but I was like, no, it's too small. It's too small. Oh, all right. Susan just discovered the channel. Welcome. Oh, you're getting back into cross stitching. That is awesome. You're obsessed about the fact that the backs of your projects don't look great. Why are you obsessed with it? Who's going to see the back of your projects? You're framing them, right? You're never going to take them down. Who cares what the back of your projects look like? It doesn't matter. It's, you know, it's lovely when the backs look fantastic and they look like the front, but it doesn't have to. And depending upon your style and how you stitch, you know, if you're stretching the floss from one stitch like over to another, it's gonna be all crisscrossy and not look nice. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't. Don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. It's just, you're looking at the front, and the front is beautiful, and don't sweat it. It's gonna be fine. You're over obsessed. Yes, you're over obsessing. You were asking that. Yes, you're over obsessing. I'm just gonna reply yes. I hope you see this video. I think the dog's chewing on something that they shouldn't. Pretty sure they're not. All right, go back to Jackie real quick. Confirm that I am very brave to take on the biggest project. I don't think bravery is really what it is. I think crazy. There's a few other words that you could probably use on that. Oh, it was the same comment I was reading. I just read the first part of it. But yeah, anyway, so very cool, guys. Very cool. Great. That wasn't as many questions as it was. Well, this was just roughly 10 days. I think 10 days, 2 weeks worth of questions compared to the last time. And so, trust me that I've read everything, even if I haven't necessarily hearted or liked it. What? Oh, there we go. Oh, wait, I have missed a few. Hold on, let me go back down. I must have commented a few times in the middle, so maybe I'm not really done like I thought I was. Sorry. It's funny, there's people that are going back and watching the very first videos of me. That's awesome, and they're commenting. Pat, you're getting cataract surgery in October. Best of luck with that. I hope that your vision is so much improved. Definitely have, you know, known a lot of people that have had that surgery and have done really, really well afterwards. Man, when they just jump up to do something, they jump. Sharon, my fellow blues fan. Captain Marvel. I know. Captain Marvel looked amazing, didn't it? I am, like, really ridiculously excited about it. Yeah, I think I actually totally missed a big chunk of questions. Lori Cole wants to know if I've thought of a title yet for the complete beginning to end stitch thing. I haven't really, like, totally come down with a name for it. I mean, a stitch at a time, one stitch at a time. I don't know. Every stitch. I don't know. Every stitch counts. But there are different people with FlossTube channels that have those kinds of names, and I don't want to necessarily step on their toes because they have cool names for their stuff. So I'm not going to do that. Oh man, I didn't. Oh my gosh. Okay, I thought I was done, but I missed. I missed a whole bunch. All right, so let me run through these real quick because I really thought I was done. Everybody's just loving the videos, which I do appreciate. That's why I'm so, I mean, I stitch every day thinking, I gotta show you guys my progress, and so. Oh yeah, super piece rows. It would be interesting to see a Ronnie row and variegated floss. That would be. What if we did the capital in like a red, well, I can't do red, white, and blue because I'm going to stitch it on white. I don't know. That would be something to think about. So Annette Toomey loves the Lizzie Kate project. What fabric did I use? I always use, well, and then what floss? That's Topher with his reverse sneezing. I always use DMC. For the Lizzie Kate, I think it was a 32 count. I use whatever is recommended, so whatever it recommends for you on that is what I usually tend to use. Kate Harvey's from Oregon. Hello, Oregon. You've got 10 to 12 projects going and about 5 full coverage pieces to start. Sounds like me. You always want to start your own channel, but don't know where to begin. Just start. Just start. I mean, it's, you know, my husband got me going with this, and literally I just sat down in front of, and somebody else asked me what I use. I just use my cell phone camera. I use my cell phone camera, and I just use, I have like a tiny little stand, and I've got the links for everything in my Amazon store thing. And I bought a couple cheaper lights that were like 30 bucks on Amazon that are made for people who film videos. And that's all I use. I use like Movie Maker, which is free to edit things together. And I just don't, I haven't invested much in equipment because, to be perfectly honest with you, it's all about the stitching. So I just do it as simply as I can. So anybody can do this. Just start, you know, just put out a 10-minute video with, you know, these are my projects, and this is what I want to do, and this is who I am, and just start there, and just figure out like what you want to share and how often you want to do a video. I would recommend doing videos on a very regular basis. I got into doing, it took me a while, but I got into doing like weekly videos because it's consistent and it keeps me organized in terms of, all right, I've got to stitch on all these projects, you know, during the week so I can show them when I do the video midweek. But find a schedule that works for you. It doesn't have to, you don't have to have, you know, you can do like 7-8 minute long videos. It's totally fine. But go for it. What, you know, go for it. People want to see what you're doing. It's inspiring and it's entertaining for others to see what you're doing. Go for it. Okay. Cool. Super Peace Rose. Your husband likes hearing what I'm doing because he's into hockey and football. If you watch my stitch with me, I talked a lot about it, but I've got about an hour to football starts and then 4 days till hockey starts, so it's getting crazy around here. It's getting crazy. Oh, cool. Kimberly Ray Flynn. And Sheila answered the question, but where did I find the Tower of Babel pattern? Thank you, Sheila, for answering that. It is on the Scarlet Quince website. Thank you for answering that. I appreciate that when you guys go in and answer questions for me. Stitch and Button is a little disappointed on the refusal to stitch the Eagles of the Flyers. Yeah, not going to happen, dude. Not happening. No. Hey, Mary Skelton, where do you live in Indiana? Because I was born there, grew up. Oh yeah, I must have told you guys that in that last video. So, yeah, still got IU roots. Ah, computer's jumping around. Did I finish that? Did I finish that? Did I finish that? Holy cow, guys! There are so many more questions. All right, let's buzz through these, okay? Because I got football to watch. Holy cow, you guys are crazy. I would have talked faster if I realized that there were so many. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, now we're going to speed run it because I finally found it. Oh my gosh, guys. You guys are nuts. Tammy Neal, am I passionate about other sports besides football? Oh yeah, hockey. I also like college wrestling. I watch Olympics. I love biathlons. There's hardly any sport that I don't. I don't watch baseball very much, but that's about it. Okay, I'm going to skip more people here, and I'm sorry about that. Some people use 2 different color highlighters, like Jade. Use 2 different color. They use one color to highlight the symbol they're working on, and then they go over it with a different color once they color it in. And that's definitely a way to go. And if you're being particular and that helps you do it, that just would take. I don't think that would work for me. It would take too much time, considering how much stitching I have to do. Okay, guys. People are still laughing about how I can talk and stitch and count at the same time. I have a couple different brains. There's that meme that was on Facebook that was like, in any one time in my head, there's like 3 different topics going on, and I can read and think about other things, and then there's a radio station playing, and I don't know what it's playing, and yeah, my brain is like, there's so many things going on at once, and sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not good. Okay, so to be purple, that I had read your question, so that discussion about the equipment, that was directed towards you. Sharon, how do I spell your name, or how do I say your last name? It's is it Kofed? Kofod? I'm not sure. I've never asked you that, and you're always, I mean, you're like my #1 commenter and blog commenter, and I appreciate you so much. Oh, you're starting back up on Treasure Hunt Bookshelf. That is awesome. The point of cross-stitching is the joy in the journey. That is very, very true. Oh, I got another Spanish. I love your videos. Wait, didn't I already read this once? Maybe I didn't like it. Yeah, I read this last week. They're so nice. So nice. Gracias. That's so nice. What size needle do I use? You know, I don't really know. I look at them, I'm like, yeah, I'll use these. I don't know if it's like a size 5 or 8. I don't have that with me right now. I'll have to try and pull those out, because I just bought some new needles, because I keep losing mine. I think they're all on the carpet or a chair. Laura Tyler is happy about her rams. You should be happy about your rams and your sharks. You guys got a lot of good things going on in San Jose. Delaney Donovan, or Dunavant, Bears fan living in Dallas. I already read this. I read this last week, but yep. Sorry about that. You're living in Dallas and being a Bears fan. I know it's got to be tough in Cowboys country. All right, let me skip up a little bit, because I feel like I just didn't mark my stuff. Obs Boer bought 2 Ronnie Rowe animal patterns. Oh, that's awesome. Good job. Good job. Hey, Jackie Tuttle is from Fort Collins, which is up north. Oh, right. You bought dog drools. Fantastic. That is awesome. That's a fun one. That was a fun one to stitch. You'll enjoy it. Oh, yeah. So, Tammy Neal, I did look into your suggestions about the different YouTubers out there, and I found the corporate pilots, and I'm watching those guys. So that was fun. It's kind of interesting. Trisha's from Colorado Springs. Hello, my husband's gonna be down close to you. He's gonna be down in Black Forest this morning. Oh, nice. Nancy Drake says she knows exactly where the actual music teacher's house is in Williamsburg. She's seen this house personally many times. That would be amazing. Oh, like to cross-stitch a design in sepia for Ronnie Rowe. Know of a good website or artist to explore? Wow, there's so many. I'm going to have to come back to this one and link to a couple of my different favorite sites. Although, if you're watching, okay, you're watching this. I mean, personally, I like Cross Stitch Collectibles. That's one of my favorite sites. They also have an online PDF site that you can just directly download things. That's got to be, let me just pull up real quick my sites. You know, and just check Etsy too. You know, Etsy has so many different cross stitchers on there. And you know, folks, if you can find her comment on maybe what your favorite sites are that you get, you know, patterns from, and help her out. She's looking for sepia tone pieces. And that's kind of what Rainy Waterloo Place is, and it's from Cross Stitch Collectibles. So that might be good. Victoria is stitching a large full coverage piece on 18 count 4/1. 4 pieces of floss over 1? Great coverage? Yeah, I would think so. A tent stitch. I don't know exactly what a tent stitch is. I'll be honest with you. I don't know a lot of technical names in cross stitch. I just stitch. I don't know the names, but I'm sure I could Google that and find out. I'm sure it probably has something to do with just how high up it goes. That's awesome. But that's awesome. Oh yeah, I totally have seen these. Maybe I came back after... Oh wow, Donna Painter, I guess found my FlossTube question videos. She's going to start over with my first video. That is really old. It's like a year and a half, over a year and a half old. I'm glad you guys like this format for answering questions, because I just feel like it does a far better job of answering. I mean, I love that I think it's respectful to like stop. I always try to answer the questions, but then you guys start asking so many I couldn't keep up. So this actually works really well to kind of keep on top. I do appreciate you guys so much. Okay, I'm just reading. Hold on, guys. Okay, so Lisa Clark said that she looked on the website for Stitching Shop and didn't really see any fabric. You're not going to really order that on the website. There's not, I mean, they rotate stuff through all the time, but they have these huge bins of all different kinds of fabric there, so you can call and talk to them about that. That is something that you can do. Because you're not really going to see that. But if you kind of know what you want, you can see if they have it. But it's yeah, they don't carry it actually on the site. I think they're a bit too busy to kind of manage the site like that. Let's see, let me look here. Oh yeah, that was okay. So Westminster Abbey. Yeah, I always forget where I got that piece. Lisa Clark found it on KDA Cross Stitch. So it's KDA-cross-stitch.com. That's another site. And yeah, they've got all these different pieces, and then I somehow found Westminster Abbey on it like a decade ago. And that is where I found that piece. So that's awesome. Thank you for finding that. Nice. So you guys could see what's on my monitor. In that last video, I guess you could. So you could see me scrolling through stuff. So that's funny. I didn't actually realize that. I wasn't looking that closely at it. A couple people mentioned that they could see what was in my monitor. So that's funny. Oh, that's funny. On the average, Joy Campbell asks, on the average, how long to do a pattern from start to finish? Boy, it really depends on the pattern. I mean, all I can say is, I mean, I'm trying to think of like what's even the fastest I've gotten a pattern done. When I was doing the Queen Bee one, I think that took me, what, about 3 or 4 months maybe to do that one. If I was going to do just one pattern, and like say if I did Rainy Waterloo Place, and that's all I did, I think it would take me another 6 months to finish it. So it's probably like about 2 years. A lot of my, the ones that are up on the wall, say like Westminster Abbey, took me 2 years to finish. I think it would be a lot faster now because I'm more experienced, but you know, the smaller pieces seem to take me months, and the bigger pieces are years. I mean, I really don't know specifically more than that, but that's roughly what I think. I think. me skip up some more. Okay, so you guys were confused when I think I've explained this already before in my weekly update, but on my baseball project, I am working on the upper left corner, on the pattern as well as the fabric. It may have been reversed because sometimes, I don't know why, like the video will reverse itself and what's on the left is actually on the right. So I'm not sure. I'm sorry I confused you guys, but I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. I'm not sure. Okay, hold on. There's a lot of in-depth. Oh yeah, needlebug. I totally get what you're trying to say about checking out the count and whatnot. I totally get that. Needlebug has 3,000 subscribers. That's cool. Chelsea's for Stitch Sake. It's Stitch Sake. It almost seems like the fabric for Apothecary Shop should have been for Boba Fett and vice versa. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Boba Fett's a lot smaller than Apothecary Shop. So it's definitely, I definitely have the right fabric for it. I needed to get more done on Boba Fett so you guys can actually see that it is going to be okay. I think it's going to be okay. We'll find out when I get down there, but I'm pretty confident it's going to be okay. It's, for whatever reason, the picture on the wall is larger. It's like it's got more on it than what the actual pattern does. So I'm not sure why that is. Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it, guys. I think I got it. And it's under an hour. Ah, that's cool. Got my hospital, I call it my hospital glass of Diet Dr. Pepper. This is a lot of soda. I know, right? That's a lot of soda. You can see how long I've had it because I've been like wearing it off. But I like soda. I like a lot of ice in my drink. And I get massive amounts of soda there. I know, that's so bad. That's so bad. All right, guys. We've got 55 minutes till football. And I'm uploading the first video, and I'll start uploading this video right after that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. You guys are crazy asking me all these questions. I don't think I did as good of a job this video as I did in the last one, but I'm working on it. I'm going to keep doing it. So ask me your questions. And I'm glad that there's people getting more interested in cross-stitch because of this. And I'm glad that people are discovering artists like Ronnie Rowe continually, because I think his work is amazing. So have a great rest of your week. I'll see you soon on the weekly update. Let's see what we can get stitched this week. And take care. Alright, so this is my organizational system for my floss for the cross stitching. You can see how I actually use a spare one to hold my hoops, which is nice. But these are just, we got these off of Amazon. And basically all I did was just so far, just as you can see, label it the 100s, the 200s, 300s, you know, that kind of thing. And I just throw everything in there. And I am able to find floss fairly easily, and this is also a really easy system to keep. So this is actually screwed. This is, hi honey. This is actually screwed to the wall, and basically it's nice and it's very secure. It's very secure. So, but that's pretty much it. It's pretty straightforward.